Hey, Christina, I took you off mute for a second. I just wanted to make sure everyone's seeing the PowerPoint correctly. Are you seeing that right?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. And you're not seeing like the note version, right? You're seeing like the regular PowerPoint?
No, I see the note version.
Okay, hold on one second. Okay, how about now?
Much better, yeah.
Okay, perfect. For some reason with the two screens, it makes it difficult.
Yes. For some reason, my second screen won't fit to scale either. So I can't get my X button. I have to like play games with it.
Always something, right? Oh, I see we have some of our DSPs with us. Hi, Anthony, how are you? I think just so everybody knows, just because we usually have a little bit over 50 people on here, we kind of auto mute everybody. But if you do want to come on the microphone, just let me know in the chat box and I will unmute your microphone. We're going to give everybody just a few more minutes to log on. Okay, Anthony, I'm going to hit unmute now.
Yay, hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, staying safe, staying home, doing all my assignments because the semester is almost over. So
I
far,
know. I'm sure school's been really nutty, huh?
yeah.
Yeah. Has it been really hectic?
Not really, because I've been like focusing on my assignments every now and then for school. And I'm also taking a summer course over the summer, so I'm glad that I'm doing that. It's online.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and I'm just now hoping that everything goes back to normal in the fall. I'm hoping.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Me too, for sure.
Definitely.
This has definitely been a new way of life for all of us.
Yeah. Especially that I'm like not working, which sucks, but I do talk to the people that I support and they're doing well. I'm in contact with them like through text or phone.
Right.
So I talk to them now and then, and hopefully once this thing dies down, I'll be able to go back.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
I still see our attendee list jumping a little bit, so we're just going to wait until about 2 minutes after 12 and give everybody a couple of minutes to log on.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, I see Eugene's joining us too. Welcome, Eugene. Thanks for joining. Perfect. While we wait, I'm just going to do what we call a sound check question to make sure that everyone is hearing us okay and that everyone can use the chat box feature. So for anyone that's on, if you want to participate in the sound check question, if you can type into the chat box to me your name and something you're excited about this week. And I'll read them out loud. That way we can make sure everything's working and give us something nice to talk about while we wait for everyone to log on. Nina's making empanadas and homemade chicken pot pie. I love that. Gabby's excited to diamond paint. Oh, I think you told me about that. I don't know if I would be excited about that. It seems stressful, Gabby. Very tedious, but you would like that. Melody said she's grateful for another day. Nicole Del Preti is caving in and buying a bike.
I think I need to get one too.
Interesting. I didn't know you were interested in buying a bike, Nicole.
My spiel is like very long.
Nina
Oh,
bought
Nina bought rollerblades. Look at that. Everyone's going to be active after this. Anthony's looking forward to getting all of his assignments done, and then July applying for grad school. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, Jen Ciliato said, Nicole, we can bike together. Craig said he's excited about watching Michael Jordan's 90s documentary brings back childhood memories.
It was
Eugene
good.
said the sun is out. Oh, it was good?
Yeah, it was
There
good.
we go. Another thing to add to my Netflix list. Susan said she's excited to be back at work. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, Susan. Melody said she's grateful for another day. Sasha is excited about the weekend. And she said, Nicole, just to let you know, the bike prices seem to have been going up. And John said he's excited for a sunny day. Yes, I agree. Although it is kind of chilly out. It is chilly out. All right, well, it seems like our attendee list is pretty consistent now. Corinne joined us and she said she's excited to take her mom for a walk. That's awesome. At least we can get fresh air in all of this. So we are going to get started today, and hopefully you guys can see my PowerPoint.
Your sound is
So we've been doing these webinars every week just to make sure we're trying to keep everyone up to date with everything that's changed on an agency-wide scale and any updates we might be getting from OPWDD. The next thing is program-specific changes and updates, frequently asked questions.
I think Alexis.
Guys, I think my internet kicked me off. Okay, we are back. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so we were here. So the objectives of our webinar is really just to give everyone a variety of different updates, whether agency-wide, program-specific, any frequently asked questions that we might be getting, and potential expectations as we move forward through this new kind of experience that we're having. So our priorities, as always, are the health and safety of our workforce and the people we support, the continuity of supports and services, continuity and stability of employment for all of our employees, and consistent and transparent communication. So with that, I'm going to turn the floor over to Christina, our HR director. And I believe, Christina, you should be unmuted. And Christina is going to walk us through the different types of leave that there are, because we have been getting some questions around that. So we just want to make sure that we're all on the same page with that.
Okay, so I know we've had some flyers floating around. So I have the 3 different leaves that have been talked about. I'm sure you've heard on the news. You can take 2 weeks off, or your employer will be giving you 10 weeks of paid leave. For us, we do not qualify for some of those programs. So I've laid out sort of a map here for everyone to look at and see what does pertain to us and what does not pertain to us. So for a while, I saw that flyer. In the second column, you'll see there's a picture there of a flyer that says employee rights. If you see that flyer floating around, please let us know and take it down, because it shouldn't be up. That's under the FFCRA, which is the Families First Coronavirus Act. Under that act, they have expanded family and medical leave, which will give you up to an additional 10 weeks of paid leave at 2/3 your regular salary or regular rate of pay. And under the emergency paid sick leave, you'll get 2 weeks up to 80 hours of paid sick leave. This does not pertain to us because we are exempt healthcare workers. So again, as I mentioned earlier, please take the flyers down if you see them. Below in each column, you'll see the qualifying reasons for leave. Some of those may be for childcare. Under this act, what we are doing instead is we're doing enrichment centers. So I think that's on a later slide, Alexa.
Yes.
So I just want to point really quickly to I think it's one of the last ones. That one. So what we are offering employees, or what the state is offering employees rather, are regional enrichment centers. They're Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 6. And if your child is in a New York City school and has remote learning, the teachers that are there will go through the lessons with them as long as the kids bring a device to learn on. And as you may already know, each school is already giving out devices to each child if they sign up for it. So they follow the social distancing rules because there are only 12 children in a classroom, and they have other activities such as art and gym. And each teacher is prepared to handle all the social and emotional needs of the children. So if we could just go back up to the first slide. Thanks, Alexa.
No problem.
So that's all about FFCRA. To get into the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, that's the CARES Act. So I'm sure everyone here has heard of the stimulus check that they're going to get. That check is a part of this CARES Act. Some of the things that individuals will receive are student loan forgiveness. So I know for myself, I looked at my student loans and I have 0% interest right now on my student loans. This applies to the federal loans. So if you have a government federal loan, private loans are different. It also expands unemployment insurance. So they've added, I believe it's a $600 a week benefit to the unemployment, and charitable giving incentives, which usually applies for individuals who itemize on their tax returns. So those are some of the perks for individuals. For employers, there are things like paycheck protection loans. For self-funded nonprofits and unemployment, there's charitable giving incentives, which duly helps the individual and the employer as well. Economic stabilization funds. And again, not everything applies to us. So just because it's on this list doesn't mean that we necessarily qualify for it. The same applies to individuals. Some individuals don't qualify for student loan forgiveness if they don't have a federal loan. This list is not exhaustive, all inclusive. It doesn't exhaust everything, all the options that are available to us. So finally, last but not least, we have New York State paid leave. That is the leave that does apply to us. So if an individual is sick or has been told to self-quarantine and can produce an order from the Department of Health stating that they either have to precautionarily quarantine or they're under a mandatory quarantine, they'll be able to be out under New York State paid sick leave. They will get 14 days of paid sick leave and job protection for the duration of that order. Their insurance is continued, but we would have to continue paying, or the employee would have to continue paying their premiums, which we would discuss with the employee on an individual basis, depending upon their elections. And it can be for the employee for a minor dependent child. And this is only extended to individuals who do not have remote capabilities. So if you're able to work remotely, then you would be set up to work remotely. And so does anybody have any questions? Put something in the chat.
It doesn't look like it as of now, but you guys can feel free. Christina will be with us the duration of the webinar, and she's available after too. So if you have any additional questions, we can definitely talk through them for sure. I believe you have on here, Christina.
Yeah, we could go to the next slide. I'll speak on it on a high level. Just generally speaking, paid family leave under normal circumstances, aside from COVID, is to bond, care, or assist. So it's to bond with a newborn baby. I always clarify that this part of it applies after childbirth, not before. Unlike FMLA, you're able to take it while you're still pregnant, whereas here for PFL, it's after a mom has given birth. To care for a family member who has a serious health condition, and this also applies to FMLA. And again, if you have any questions about the two and what the difference is and which applies to you, you can always reach out to me, or to assist someone in the military on military leave. And then the next slide, in order to qualify you for a part-time employee, you'd have to work 175 days with us. That doesn't have to be consistent. And for a full-time employee, it would have to be 26 consecutive weeks. The next the next slide shows two flyers that we should have posted around. So if you see the other one, take it down, and these two are the correct flyers to have. The one on the left talks about everything I just mentioned here about the paid sick leave under New York State, and to the right, it's how to obtain an order.
Perfect.
I think that's about it.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Christina. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, and again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to type them in and we'll answer them. Testing information, we did send this out last week, but we wanted to make sure that you guys had this picture and this slide and that we kept talking about it, because we have heard from some staff that if they're trying to get tested, that they're being told that they're not essential workers. So I would refer people back to the letter that the agency gave out via Paycom, and if you can't access that, let your supervisor know and we'll make sure that we get you another letter stating that you are an essential worker. And here in de Blasio's speech, it does reference essential workers and other vulnerable populations, including adult care employees or those who work with people with disabilities. So we just wanted to make sure that that was out there. We do have some exciting news about free online classes that are going to be offered. So this service is called ClassPass, and this is through our health insurance company. So if you would like to sign up for free exercise classes, this will be sent out. The flyer is here, but in the email that you'll get at the end of this week, you'll be able to, where it says sign up here, that brings you to a link, and there's an instruction page and how to access that. And if you have any issues, just reach out to us. We'll walk you through the steps for that. But there is tons of free workout classes on there from, I mean, you see on the flyer, from spinning to yoga to kickboxing, and you can filter for if you have workout equipment at home, if you don't have workout equipment at home. So it's pretty convenient. Some OPWDD updates and clarification that we wanted to give. Overall, the first thing that we want to say is just, as much as everyone, we're trying as best as we can to keep up with all of the fluidity, I guess you can say, of COVID-19 and how often things are changing. So, you know, we are being made aware of all of the OPWDD webinars. We are on them. We are taking our time to decipher all of the information that's coming out, and then, you know, reiterate it to our teams administratively and the people we support and the families that are on with us. So if you guys have any questions about anything that OPWDD is sending out, please send them over to us and we'll try our best to clarify everything. Some stuff that did come up that we wanted to make sure we talked about is, although we understand, especially during this time due to COVID-19, if you are a parent that has a younger child that gets services with us, you might need to increase your amount of service for any variety of reasons, whether it be work related, maybe you're caring for other people, or, you know, whatever your reasons might be, you still do need to work with the care manager to get the service authorization for additional hours. Of course, this is something that we're advocating for to be more fluid, just as everything else is. But right now, that is still the process. So what we're being told by our governing agency, OPWDD, is that if you are approved for a certain amount of hours, those are the amount of hours that you'll stick to as of now. And if you need additional hours, you'll go through the typical authorization process. So just so we clear that up, it's not something that we're deciding. It is sort of a more global OPWDD decision. There has been some discussion about retainer payments for self-directed staff. We do want to be clear that we have not been given definitive information on this yet from OPWDD. There has been discussion that it's something that they are discussing and trying to create a procedure and a process around. But we haven't gotten any actual tangible information or action on how this will look. So one thing that we did want to share, this is the website that you see on the topic number 3 here, the Managed Care Community of Practice site. This is where OPWDD is placing all of their recorded webinars, the slides to their webinars, any handouts around, you know, the information that they're giving out. And it isn't just open to providers. So especially self-directed families that are so involved in the services that people are getting, in your family members or yourself as a self-advocate, you know, you can feel free to watch those webinars and be up to date on information just as the providers are. So that website is listed here, and, you know, we'll put it out in the emails as well. Any webinars that they have had already, they do have recorded on there also. So you'll be able to see, you know, back to the SDS provider, you know, the retainer payments. If there's anything, you know, in there that you have questions about, you'll sort of see that they haven't really given out that information just yet. Personal protective equipment, we do just want to, you know, let you guys know that we do have the PPE. Please let us know what you need. Contact your supervisor. They'll make arrangements with you. We did do a mass mailing and delivery of DSP kits, which include sanitizer, mask, gloves, you know, so on and so forth. But if you guys are in need of that, please continue to reach out and we'll make sure that supplies are there. You will also be receiving, either in the mail or it was dropped off, a reusable cloth mask. And so just please make sure to follow the CDC instructions that are coming with that mask. It is not a medical grade mask. So that is not going to be protective gear if you are caring for someone that is positive with COVID. So I want to make that really clear. And on the PACOM checklist for COVID-19, there is a video on how to wear a mask, and all different types of masks. And if you need any more information, we can, you know, of course, send that out with additional flyers and instructions, but just reach out to us and let us know. Some other updates, we do have the telehealth support groups going on. I believe there was a date change. So April 23rd, which I think is tomorrow. So tomorrow we're having the employee support group session at 12 p.m. and the meeting ID and the video stuff is here. But if you have any questions, reach out to COVID support at PCCSNY.org. And then on May 1st, there is a support group for the people that we support to interact with one another and sort of, you know, kind of debrief on everything that's been going on. We do have a question here from Anthony, if the PowerPoint can be sent to your email. Yes. Let us know at covidquestions@pccsny.org, Anthony, if you haven't been getting them, because we have been sending them out every week. So if for some reason your email isn't working, we want to make sure we fix that for you. And just wanted to make another plug for the Staten Island Self-Advocacy meeting that's going to take place on April 24th at 1 p.m. I believe our clinical department worked with SANUS, the Self-Advocacy Association of New York, to get these meetings virtually, which is really great. So hopefully that will be a good experience for everybody. Some other updates, NADSP, we've been talking about them for several weeks now, you know, and a long time previous to that, but they're doing a lot of work around making sure that DSPs are getting recognized and they're included in the legislative packages for essential workers. So it's really important that we engage with this, that we share our stories, that we make sure that people understand the work that you guys are doing every day. So I did put their links here. This is the president and CEO, Joseph Macbeth, if I'm saying his name right. They are doing interviews and kind of sharing stories. And there is a $25 gift card for your time. So I put those links there. Please take advantage of those. You know, it's really important that you guys are heard. And the main thing is that we want to make sure that there is, you know, for lack of a better way to say it, enough press around the work that you guys do to make sure that legislators are continuing to, include you guys in the packages that they're providing. So we've seen things about hazard pay and all of those kinds of things. If we don't make sure our field is well known enough and the work that you're doing is well known enough, there is a chance that the roles that you guys are doing would be left out of that, and we don't want that to happen. I believe we have a couple questions, so I'm going to leave this slide there while we answer them. This was, oh, Belinda, I'm sorry that you were having trouble hearing. Hopefully that's fixed. Okay, good. Perfect. We do have a comment from Gabby. So their department is launching a Google Classroom for people we support to have resources and for the staff to have a variety of resources, whether they're doing telehealth or in-person services. I do know that Alyssa, our communications manager, was putting up Zoom videos, and so there'll be a ton of stuff on there. It can be used agency-wide. So next week we will send out how to get connected with that. It should be up and running this Friday. So we'll send out more information to come on that, but please share with other people in your department that if they need resources and stuff, that is something we will be working on. Again, if there's any questions, feel free to type them in. I do see that we have a lot more direct support professionals on this call today with us than usual, and I want to thank you guys for joining us. We want to make sure that you guys are seen and heard by us as an administration too. So please make sure to continue to connect with us in any way that you can. So we've been doing these calls every week. We'll continue to do them at noon on Wednesdays. So our next one will be on the 29th. If you have any questions, email us at covidquestions@pccsny.org. And that's really it for anything, if anything comes up. But if you have any specific questions that you would like answered on here, just let us know. Oh, and Alyssa, good reminder. So Alyssa and Kevin from our community relations department are working on I guess you can call it a collaborative video. We're doing it to the We're All in This Together song from, what movie is that from, Melissa? I don't remember. High School Musical. So if everybody can send over, thank you, Anthony, yes, High School Musical. If everybody can send over their video clips, they are due tomorrow. If you are not currently participating and you would like to, please let us know ASAP, because I think we still have like 20-something-ish slots open, Alyssa, yeah. So if you are on this call, maybe Belinda, Diane, Anthony, I think you're on there already. But whoever is interested, please join us. It would be really nice to have little video clips of all of us kind of spread across the agency. And also, if you guys have any pictures of while you're out doing work, or, even if you're doing Zoom calls with the people we support or any telehealth, feel free to send us pictures and videos so that way we can post on social media and make sure that your stories are heard and the amazing work that you guys are doing. And I think, yep. So I always like to leave off on a positive quote. So this week's is old ways won't open new doors. So I think that's really important for all of us to just really think that as hectic as this time is and as difficult as this is, really to remind us that although it's scary, we're learning new ways to do things and finding new opportunities every day. So that's important too. Oh, and so Belinda wrote in here, so if this time isn't necessarily good for you guys on a typical basis, we do actually record these and we email them out also. So hopefully that's been helpful. Perfect. All right, well, that's it for today. I hope everybody has a good rest of their day and stays safe, and we'll see you guys again next week. Thank you.